When I chose this dress, I wasn't thinking about taking steps or negotiating stairs. Next time I'll think about that. Anyways, thank you for those words, Harvey. I'm pretty sure you're not here tonight because you are afraid of me now. But it's true. He did work me to the bone, and he has earned his name on a show. But we all, anybody in this room who is creative or artistic in any way, shape, or form knows that we have to all suffer for our art, and it oftentimes feels like we're going through some form of punishment to get to the final product. But then when we get there, we feel so rewarded. And so here I am at the Ziegfeld Theatre, which seems completely unreal to me. Can you hear me? Yeah. I never imagined that I would be standing in front of the Ziegfeld Theatre presenting a film that I directed. But my life seems to be made up. I never imagined I'd be here moments. And oftentimes I have, well, throughout all of the promotion and the press and all the film festivals that I've gone to for this film, people are always asking me the question, why did you choose to do this? You know, they're, I think, bewildered sometimes because people think of me as a singer and a performer, and maybe it seems unusual that I would choose to make a film. But it is important to note that I think of myself as a storyteller, and when I write songs, I tell stories. When I put on shows and I perform on stage, I'm telling a story. When I write children's books, I tell a story. And with this film, I've told a story. And stories are what we get life from. Stories are what we need to get through life, to survive. Stories are what inspire us, what provoke us, what guide us, what shock us, what help us to grow. So for me, this is a natural trajectory to continue to be able to tell stories. And I feel very honored to have had the opportunity to tell the story. And I want to acknowledge some very important people in this room who have helped me to tell the story. So, with the cast who are present, please stand up when I say your names, because it's very important for everyone to recognize and realize that no movie is made without major collaboration on many people's parts, and I could not have done this film without the amazing actors that I had to work with. So, David Harbour, could you please stand up? Please stand in. Please. Oh, I already did. Good looking for you. Okay, sit down. Yeah, thank you. Oscar Isaacs. From New Jersey, right? That's okay, we won't want that. Next is James Darcy. And last but not least, Andrea Riseborough. Thanks, you guys. Honestly, I never get sick of watching a movie because you're in it. So thank you for all of your hard work. I'd like to thank a man who's here tonight. His name is David Redden. He plays the auctioneer at Sotheby's, and he was at the auction of the estate of the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, and he was so helpful, and I'm so grateful for his help, lending authenticity to the film. So thank you, David, wherever you are. And thank you to Sotheby's for being so generous and allowing us to film in your building and annoy everybody on the streets of your building for a week. Also, I would like to thank my publicity team, Cynthia Schwartz, for fighting the good fight, and to the inimitable, to the unstoppable, to the don't ever fuck with me, her, Liz Rosenberg. I never get a chance to thank you, Liz, wherever you are. But, you know, this is a woman who's been doing my publicity for my entire career. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine what she's had to put up with, what she's had to listen to? She's amazing, and I'm so grateful to you for everything you've done for me. From the very beginning, when we smoked a joint together, 27 years ago in your office. We don't smoke anymore. Thank you. Thank you. Jason Weinberg. Always got my back. And he's got on a plane and flown from one end of the world to the other to be there with me to hold my hand to support me. And thank you for your love and support. To my agent, Maha Vakil. I call her my Lydian princess, but really she's my guardian angel, even if she wears totally inappropriate clothes, often, that her father doesn't approve of, and even I don't approve of sometimes. Mama, thank you so much. I mean, when my chin was on the ground and when I felt like nobody was there for me and I couldn't go on, you had my front and my back, and you were always there to support me, and thank you for that. I'm forever indebted to you. And then there's my boys. My boys. Yeah. I think one of them's not here tonight. My editor, Danny Tull, my assistant editor, Russ Senzamatore, and Pascal Longin, who did all of the beauty work, the color correction, the grading, everything. These three guys would go to war for me, would take a bullet for me, and I love you so much. I'm really tired from working my ass off for the Super Bowl. Anybody that knows me knows that when I'm tired, I cry. So if I cry, please just don't hold it against me. I'm really not a sentimental kind of a person. But just going back to those guys that I was talking to you about, Danny and Russ and Pascal, if we had to go to war, I want you guys in my foxhole. Because you put in the extra hours for me, you went way above and beyond what you needed to do for me, and that's what family's all about, that's what creativity is all about, gathering yourself, surrounding yourself with a group of people who aren't looking at the clock, who aren't punching a time card, and who aren't worrying about themselves, they're worrying about the project. They're worrying about the final product. They're worrying about the creation. So, thank you one and all. And anybody else in this room whose name I've forgotten, who has been supportive of me and encouraged me to make this film against all odds. Finally, I would like to say that this is, of course, a story about King Edward VIII and Wallis Simpson and his historical abdication in 1937. But really, it's a story about love. What we have to sacrifice for love, what we're willing to do for love, the compromises that we're willing to make for love, having the courage to know when it's not love and when it's time to walk away. Finally, I would like to thank my mother. Because really, this story is it's the story of a female's, the soul of the journey of a female soul. And my mother gave me life.